And this is 𝗙𝗲 here. We're about to go into a one-to-one mentoring session with one of my clients here, talking about how do we increase sales and increase leads and increase exposure. Because one of the biggest things that we have to do on the internet right now is have what we call the social digital presence. So if you can't be found online, you will lose a lot of credibility. It's kind of like if people say to you, do you have a website? You say, I don't have a website. Or if they say, are you on social media, but you're not on social media, people can't find information about you. So in this tactical session, we talk a lot about how do we actually increase that brand, increase the sales, and also increase the leads so we can earn more income. So I hope you enjoy this. I have to have a migraine at that point in time for you to test it.
Yeah, I understand. I'm just asking that I don't know how it's going.
You would take a deposit. So you say, look, this is.
Is it normal to take deposit here for something like that?
Of course it is.
Because
if you
take a deposit, then it's much easier to give it for free, you know.
Yeah. So for example, like if I rent my car to you, you have to put down a deposit in case you crash my car.
Right. Okay.
This is still too complicated. What do you mean to give the money back guarantee? Okay.
I'm not talking about money back guarantee. We're not talking about guarantee here.
You rent it from Liechtenstein.
Okay, I have two options, right? So you have two. So at that point, when they say, okay, so does this sound like something you'd like to go for? Brilliant, yes. Then they're going to ask you, what's the next steps? Mm-hmm. Now we get into our closing process, right? So that is, well, the next steps are, you have two options. You can either buy the machine outright, or you can rent the machine. Which do you prefer? Well, I'd like to rent it. Okay, well, if you like to rent it, here's how it works. We take a deposit of £500 in case you break the machine or you run off with the machine, and we keep your deposit. And then the rental per week is £100 a week. How many weeks would you like to rent it for? 4 weeks. Okay, that's £400. Does that make sense to you? Any questions? No, brilliant. Okay, so what card would you like to use to pay? And it's that simple, right? This process, the funnel that I've given to you, you've just proven in less than a couple of weeks, you were able to find people with a headache online that need help. They've actually reached out to you with help, asking for help. So whenever we are creating, business is all about problem solution. Our business needs to provide a solution to the problem. In your case, you provide a solution to people who have a migraine. And the fact that you're a doctor gives you even more credibility. So when we run this funnel, that's why now you can see you have 3 people already who have a problem, right? And imagine when people start downloading the actual PDFs, now you're going to have even more people. Because what you're going to do, all these people with PDFs, you're going to have a list. Now you're going to send an email to them saying, hey, by the way, if you would like to have if you've got a migraine and it's really painful, you've tried everything and it's still there, I have 4 possible solutions for you. If you'd like to have a free consultation, fill your details here and I'll give you a call.
We always need to know what the next step is, basically.
Yes.
And we need to guide the client.
Correct.
Offer him or her options he can choose from. Yeah. And of course we need to set up the options. So maybe one option is also available, that you can rent the device for a 2 months period with £900 deposit. Yeah. And if you are satisfied, you just pay the remaining part of the. Yes. So this is also can be an option.
Yes.
If you want a short trial.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to put that much money in, then you just give a smaller deposit and pay only, let's say, £100 per week or something. Yeah.
You see, doesn't it make so much sense? Right? The fact that you've had 2,138 people click and you've now generated people that actually need your help. So we need to get better at doing the consultations, tweaking the opt-in page. But now you've got people. This is how we did our property business. Exactly the same process. So we would put an ad on Google saying, you know, anytime someone typed in sell my house fast, our ad would come up. They would click, go to a website. The website says sell your house fast. Click the button, opt-in form shows up. You put your details in, and we follow that 5-step process, right? So they fill their details in, and we call them. We say, qualification. Hi 𝗙ihe𝗪𝗪, you just filled your details in to sell your property. Is that correct? Yes. Are you looking to sell your property fast? Yes. That's quality. Okay. So I've qualified that. So now I can continue. I want to probe questions. So tell me what's the reason for you wanting to sell really fast? Oh, you know, I just got divorced, and you know, I need to sell my property and I can't sell it. Right, so are you living in the house with your partner? Yeah, you know, every time I come home, it's annoying, we're always arguing, and what really pisses me off is that she's got her partner in the house as well, so I have to put up with that. All right, okay. How long have you been putting up with that? Oh my God, for the last 2.5 years now, right? But now it's taking this long to get these divorce papers, but I can't sell the house, so I'm stuck with her, right? So there's a lot of reason why this person wants to sell. Okay, well, listen, based on what you've told me, 𝗙ihe𝗪𝗪, there's 3 solutions. One, you can go to an estate agent and sell the property yourself. Have you tried that? Oh yeah, you know, I've tried it. How did it work? Oh, you know, I've managed to find one buyer, but you know what? They just pulled out at the last minute. Ah, okay. So, are you going to try it again? You know what? To be honest, I don't really think I want to be in that situation for even longer. I just need to get out. Okay. Your second option is to go to auction. Have you considered that? Oh, well, I'm not sure about the auctions. I've never experienced it before. I'm not, it's complicated. Okay, well, third option is you've got a cash buyer. Well, how does that work? Well, the cash buyer will buy your property. They'll guarantee to buy it in 28 days, but in return, they want a discount to the market. Okay, oh, wow. And that's what we are. So we buy the property at a very big discount to the market. And by the way, if you don't need to sell,
we give you a guarantee.
Right. And by the way, if you don't need to sell, I wouldn't recommend you use our services because you'll get lower than the market value. So if you want more, go to the estate agent, right? But if you want a guaranteed sale, you tell me that you want to get out, this is a possible solution. So my question to you is, would you consider selling your property at a discount to the market in order for a guaranteed sale? Most of the times you're going to get a no. 20% of the time you get a yes. Then I get objections. Oh yeah, but how does it work? Right, well, the way it works is I come around to the property, we value the property, we make sure it's all good, we make sure there's no subsidence, no radon gas in the area, there's no restrictions, and then we buy the property. Okay. Have you done this with anyone else before? Yeah, we just did this with this person here. This person, in fact, the same situation as you, getting divorced, couldn't stand the partner, and actually she had no mortgage on the property, so she needed to sell fast. So for her, it didn't matter. All right. Another objection. Oh well, how long does it take? Like, can you do it? Well, we can do it in 28 days. Right. Another objection. Oh, but I need to speak to my partner about this. Okay, so what I'll do is, if your partner says yes, is it a yes for you? Definitely. So let's set up a meeting for me to come around and speak to both of you at the same time and explain to her exactly how this works. But before I do that, I think, you know, based on what you've told me, do you think she also wants to get rid? Oh my God, she hates me now, and I hate her, and we just want to get out of this house. Okay, so you share the same sentiment. Yes. Okay, so now you understand, if your house is worth this, then we'll offer this. Is that something you definitely consider? Yes. Okay, so then we go to setting a meeting. I come to the house, we view the property, we take pictures, and if you're happy, we're happy. We do the paperwork, and then I'll buy your house in 28 days. Is that something that you really that you would like to have happen? Yes. Done. Do you see how that works? It's the same process whether you're selling a machine or you're selling real estate or you're selling whatever, because it's a very dynamic way of helping people.
You need to put something like a script together. Basically.
It's not a script. You don't want the script. You don't want to sound like a robot. You want to be consultative.
Yes.
You want to be human.
But just some ideas.
Right.
Well, you know, it's true. You want to sound yourself, but at the same time, there is a rationale behind. You need to, like when you run a consultation, in your mind there is a formula you follow. You may not follow a script, but you follow a formula. First, you need to ask about this. Second, you need to ask about that.
That's what I meant.
Yeah. So that's yeah. It's not scripted, but there is a formula behind it. That's definitely you need to have that. And I think overall, these calls must have an intention, and the intention is that you come and buy my product because my product is the best thing on the market for what you have, and that comes from you. Yeah. And that's why the test close, that's why the solutions, that's why the close, assuming the close, you do expect people to buy. They buy all the time, every single day. And she's been buying this medicine so far, so why should she not buy this? Yeah, and when you say people need guidance, people need a lot of guidance. They need to be told each step of the way what's happening next. I think it will help greatly as well if I, you know, because I did say, how can I trust you? So you want my money, they must trust it. They must trust that your product is right for them. They must trust that your company is a company that they want to buy from, and they must trust that you are someone they want to buy from. I think if people could have maybe a YouTube channel with you talking about all of this, that would build so much trust, because you're a likable person. And I think if they can see you, and then all of a sudden I get a call from your PA that is positioning this call, then oh my God, you know, it's so difficult to get hold of this guy, and I have now got this call, and it will be positioned so well that your advice will be seen.
And this is why I talk about having social media. Social media is for positioning, because after this phone call, if this person, if
she's going to search on you,
she's going to search on you. First thing she's going to do is type in, like, if you type in John Lee to Google, first thing that shows up is my YouTube channel, or my Facebook channel, or my Instagram channel, or my LinkedIn channel, or pictures of me, or videos of me, right? So you need, because that's what people do now. They go into a shop, they're going to buy something. Before they buy it, they look for it online. That's why you have to have the social media to support what you're doing. Otherwise, you're just like everybody else. And if there's a video of you on TV being interviewed, now you have high credibility. If you're an author, then you have high credibility. If you're on stage speaking in front of, you know, 1,000 healthcare professionals about migraine, and you're giving a keynote speech, you have more credibility. You see how that works? So it's a strategy on how we position to elevate your brand, because you are good at what you do. It's just really poorly presented. I want you to call, and in fact you should do a few, and also you should also do a practice as well. And then now you want to see who's got the best conversion. So you take 100 leads, you take 100 leads, and see who gets better conversion. And if until you get better conversion, then you need to be taking all the leads and then training people underneath you to be able to do the same thing. That way you can scale, right? But the good thing is we've now generated our first leads with people who have a serious problem with migraine. That's an achievement.
Okay, tomorrow I have to call them.
Practice first, right? Practice first, but you're right. As soon as the lead comes in, the time in, so you know the stats for this. So what's the stats?
Yeah, do it as fast as you can, because that's still hot.
Yeah.
After a while, it's getting.
Literally after 10 minutes, they will forget. As fast as that. So this lady is on the internet, not looking for you.
Yeah.
You just came out that she has a migraine problem, so she may be looking for other migraine solutions, or your aunt may be following her. So within 10 minutes, okay. You want to contact within 10 minutes. You can pretty much reassure that within 2 days they have completely forgotten. So you have to do. That's why I asked, who are you? You will need to go really that fast. So ideally, in an ideal world, the moment this lead arrives is the moment this person gets contacted. So it could be a quick, and I know obviously you guys are busy, it could be a quick message, WhatsApp message or text. We have received your application. Sorry, we are so busy, we'll try to schedule the call as soon as possible, or can we schedule a call for this time? Okay, or in an ideal world, it would be a call straight away if you could do that. Okay, but yeah. So now this lead is from a month ago. So she may still have the problem, but she's allowed to remember that she has.
Yeah.
Next step.
Next step.
Housework.
So your next step is to, now you've got the conversion codes installed, you need to, remember, create the page where you're giving away the migraine report. Now you have a list. When you generate that list, you're going to email them for free consultations. And you're going to keep running this one, but the conversion is not good. So you need to tweak that page, put free migraine consultation, put the button there, run that, and then see what results we get. Then we come back next time and we'll analyze the results. And by that time, you should have spoken to people in the consultations, and if you can, record the conversation. But you need to tell them that, you know, calls from this company are recorded, and then what we can do is we can then give you feedback on that, because that first role play was actually quite bad. But that's fine, because we get better. Yeah, cool, awesome, good job.
Well done.
High five.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Awesome, good job. All right, now we have another meeting. Okay, cool. So I really hope that you found this lesson useful. If you're in business right now, please make sure you try this out as well. It's always about, number one, having a problem and solving that problem with your business and making it as easy as possible. And by the way, if this is the first time you come across me, make sure you hit the subscribe button and turn on bell notifications, because I'm creating more and more content online to share with you these experiences and these tactics to help grow your business. And if you've got any questions about anything we've talked about here, then make sure you leave a comment below and I'll personally come in and answer that question for you. And also as well, I'll link a few videos either here or here on this side or on this side to give you more strategies, tactics to be able to grow your business and earn more income.